got you involved into Big Brothers Big Sisters? Why did you want to do it?
So this started for me back when I was a kid. I actually had a big brother in my life, and going through a time after my parents had gotten divorced, and um, I had a big brother that really was there for me and my two brothers at the time, and would spend time with us and his family and go and do things. And so it's always been something that has been a part of my life. So as I've gotten older and did various things over the year and certain programs with reach programs and things like that, when I got involved with Big Brothers Big Sisters a little over 10 years ago, I mean, it was pretty much a no-brainer. This was my volunteering activity that I wanted to give back. I don't have any kids myself, but my wife was a teacher. She's just retired last year, and really I like supporting the kids, and with things going on nowadays and kids and stuff. It was very important to me.
What I always try to tell people is when they ask me, what do you think of Big Brothers Big Sisters? I say, you guys, it's always thought of that you're doing so much for your little brother, but they also do a lot for me in terms of how much I grow, how much I develop, how much I just learn about myself. And I'm assuming you feel the same way. Doing this for 10 years, you've gained a lot out of this just as much as your mentees have.
I have. I can't tell you how the emotions I feel, just proud to be a part of the program, and some of the things, and not only supporting with my time spent with him, but even from a financial standpoint. Even after I retire, I told some of the CEO there that I plan to still be a volunteer and get really and stay actively involved, because, and I tell them all the time, how else can I get involved, even besides just being a mentee, being involved in some of the activities they have. And it's just, I can't tell you enough how passionate I am about it and how much I get out of the experience myself as well.
So obviously he's about to graduate. What's going through your mind I know it's going to be a unique graduation, obviously this year, but what's going through your mind as he gets ready to move on to the next step of his life?
I'm gonna miss him a little bit. I know I'll go on to another mentee, because I told him I want to continue and work with another mentee as well. But like I said, I'm really proud of him. I know over the last few weeks he's been studying really hard, because he says he's getting a lot of homework, and he said, I want to graduate. And I said, you work as hard as you can to make sure you do that. And I think I'm going to miss some of the time, but like I said, I plan on staying in contact with him. He's asked me to kind of support him in getting his driver's license and stuff like that, and passing the written test. And so, I told him, I'd be glad to help him with that and help him study with that. So, yeah, it's going to be a little weird, because, then I'll start building another relationship with someone else, but I definitely will miss that time with him, a couple times a month that I did spend with him.
I'm right with you. My little's about to cross the finish line into graduation too, and it hasn't hit me yet, but it's going to hit me at some point, I know for sure. What would you tell people of any age about getting involved in Big Brothers Big Sisters? Because I think a lot of people may have their own ideas of what it is and what it's all about. But for you, what advice would you give them, and what would you tell them why it's a good idea to get involved?
Well, you touched on it a little bit earlier. The experience itself is not just for them, but it's rewarding for you as well. And I think you're going to be surprised how much you really get out of it, spending that time with that individual and influencing that individual's life. And I tell people I talk to all the time, because I'm always trying to recruit individuals of all ages to get involved. And they sometimes they'll say, well, I don't know if I can connect with them because of the age, and really I think you, you really have to look at, they're not really thinking about your age and everything like that. They're looking at the time you're really investing in them, and that you really care about what their, you know, their successes are, and you want to help them get there, whether it's getting ready to go to college, whether it's going into the service or something like that. They're going to remember that. And I think, like I said, it's going to surprise you as well, because you're going to feel proud about it. You're going to, and it's almost like they're not your kid, but you know, it's kind of like they kind of are in a way, like, you know, because you're molding them a little bit, and giving them good advice and stuff, and they look up to them. And I think that's really important.